Hey everyone, welcome to Pink Tutu Tarot. So today's video is taking a look at your next 2 weeks. What is going to be going on in the next 2 weeks that Spirit really wants you to be aware of? Obviously, lots of things happen in 2 weeks, but this is specific to what Spirit wants you to know. So I've already done the readings. If you're familiar with my channel, I do the readings first, and then I come back and do the intro, and I include cards from the reading so that hopefully you will get drawn to the right reading and not have to jump around too much to find the right one. So group 1, your card is number 30, and it's White Rose of Hope. White Rose of Hope. Group 2 is card number 42, Change of Seasons. Change of Seasons. And group 3, you have card number 5, and it's Bloom. Bloom. All right, all you have to do is pick a card. You can base it on the picture, base it on the words, base it on the number, whatever is calling to you. Pick a card, go down to the description box, click on the timestamp for the reading you want to watch, and it will take you straight there. And I will see you there. Thanks, y'all. Hey everyone, welcome to Pink Tutu Tarot. All right, this is group 1. We are going to take a look at your next 2 weeks and see what's coming up for you. So first, I want to apologize if there's any background noise. I've actually in a new location and kind of taken my show on the road a little bit here. So where I am right now, there's a lot of cars going by and live music playing, and it's a wonderful spot, but hopefully it doesn't get too distracting for you all. So let's start with your oracle card. And your card is number 30, White Rose of Hope. Let me see if Spirit gives me any initial messages on this or if we want to wait. Spirit's just saying to be mindful of your thoughts. Your thoughts can bring you hope, and your thoughts can bring you down. So they're wanting you to just be aware of that. There may be more to this as we go along, but we can get to that after. And then I've got another card. I have a fortune cookie card for you at the end. But let's take a look at your tarot and see what Spirit has in store for you, or what they want to tell you for the next 2 weeks. And that's starting now. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you find it, whenever you're watching this, that's when this should begin. All right, we have the Chariot reversed, Ace of Cups reversed, and the Queen of Wands reversed. And we're going to pull one more as an advice card from Spirit. And the advice is 3 of Swords. All right, and I've got some more tarot cards that we'll use to get in a little bit more detail here. But let me take in these cards, listen for some initial messages from Spirit for you, and then we'll talk about what's going on here for you. So give me just a second, y'all. Spirit is saying the next 2 weeks for you is going to be challenging, but incredible. Challenging, but incredible. They're saying you're going to see and experience things that aren't on your radar right now. that you're not thinking about. Maybe you're going to do something, go somewhere, meet someone. Hold on one sec. Spirit's saying to tell you that you need to be open, to remain open to possibilities coming in. The more open you are, the more we can bring in the gifts we have for you. But again, they're saying this next 2 weeks will not be without its challenges. You have some things you need to overcome, some healing you need to do. They're saying some rituals you need to abolish. What does that mean? They're talking about like routines. There's some things that you do out of habit or just routine, regular daily things, pretty much, that need to be reprogrammed, that you need to do away with. That's their hope for you anyway. Okay. All right, well, that's a good start. All right, so let's take a look at your card. So your first card, at the beginning of this 2-week period, we have the Chariot reversed. Spirit's saying things are not going to progress. They're not going to move as quickly as you want them to. In fact, things are actually going to slow down a little bit for you. But Spirit's saying things are going to be moving at a slower pace for a reason. And they are moving at a slower pace for a reason. This is pretty much where you are now, or will be, in the next day or so. They're saying don't fret about that. Don't let that worry you. Say that again. They're saying it's not about where you will go or how fast you can get there or how quickly you can get something done. It's about getting it right. So they're slowing you down. So things, whatever you may be working on, or kind of your goals for the next couple of weeks, whatever is, sort of in your plans, Spirit is wanting you to hold on to those goals, work toward them. Just don't get frustrated when things slow down. They're slowing down for a reason, and it's to help you. It's to help you so that when you do get there, you're more prepared for what comes. Okay. Then we have the Ace of Cups, and this is going to be kind of somewhere in the middle of these 2 weeks, maybe at the end of the first week or so. Time is a little more fluid in the spirit world, so take that in a general sense. But in general, in the middle of this 2-week period, we have the Ace of Cups reversed. They're saying it's not all going to be rainbows and butterflies. Saying there's some hard things that you're going to have to deal with, challenges, emotions. But they're saying, so I just want to, the Ace of Cups, when it shows up in your reading, the Ace of Cups is a gift. It's a gift from the universe for you, a gift of happiness. Yours is in reverse, but Spirit is saying it's still a gift. These feelings that you are going to be experiencing, or challenges that may trigger some hurt in you, some old wounds in you, some challenges that may bring you some unhappiness in some level. Spirit is still saying this is our gift to you. So don't wish it away. these things are coming up to help you. It won't feel like a gift, I'm sure, but it most certainly is. So try to remember that. Okay. And then by the end of the next 2 weeks, we have the Queen of Wands reversed. Spirit saying you're not going to feel like you're in control of this next 2 weeks. From beginning to end, you are not going to feel like the boss of whatever situation you know this is referring to for you. Spirit saying it's not that you are without power. You have lots of power, plenty of power and spark and fire in you, and sunshine and happiness and all of these wonderful things. But over this next 2 weeks, you're actually going to be learning to release control a little bit to Spirit so that they can guide you and direct you and help you get where you want to go in the most efficient way possible and the most stable way possible, so that when you get there, you can stay there in some way. Okay. All right, let's get a few more cards out, get a little deeper here. See what else Spirit can tell us. All right, we have Nine of Wands reversed, the High Priestess, Three of Wands reversed, and let's get one more for the advice. We haven't talked about the advice yet, but we will. And Six of Swords. Okay. So now-ish, or at the start of this 2 weeks, again, we have the Chariot reversed and the Nine of Wands reversed. You're going to be feeling a little bit vulnerable. You probably already are feeling pretty vulnerable. Spirit's saying you might even feel like you're not sure what it is you're fighting for. Like, you know what you're working toward, what's on your mind, what's kind of, you know, in the plans for the next 2 weeks. But it's like this lack of movement, this pulling back of energy and progress may have you wondering if it's worth it, right? Or are you wasting your time? And again, they're pointing to your oracle card and saying, don't lose hope. You have every reason to stay hopeful and positive, and to keep in mind that you're not alone. Spirit is doing this with you. Spirit is aligning with you over the next 2 weeks to help you not just get through this next 2 weeks, which is going to have its ups and downs, but to make the most of it and to actually really thrive. You're setting the foundation for a period that is coming beyond this 2 weeks, where you are going to be thriving beyond what you think you will be as we start this 2 weeks right now. So you may feel vulnerable, you may feel almost like giving up, but Spirit's saying hang in there, Hang in there. So by the middle of this time period, again, we have the Ace of Cups reverse. And like I said, Spirit is saying this is a gift. It's bringing up emotions, triggers, bringing up some things from the past, bringing up your own self-doubts, any self-sabotaging tendencies. It's bringing these things up so that you can see them, so that you can be fully aware of them. And some of these things so that you can abolish them, but mostly so that you can heal from them and overcome, move past them. So with the High Priestess here as well, they're pointing out that during this time, some inner secrets are going to emerge. Okay, hold on one sec. Yeah, Spirit, I just wanted to confirm that there are some secrets that are going to be coming up that are within you. It's not about other people finding out secrets about you or you finding out secrets about it. It's you realizing things that like your subconscious has kept secret from you, or that you've just sort of suppressed, that you've pushed away. Some things are going to come up and you're going to gain clarity. You're going to understand the bigger picture. You're going to start to understand why certain things happened the way they did. It's this feeling, this like all-knowing feeling, like you get it, like all of a sudden, and it's not really all of a sudden, it's a progression, but it's like you get this vision, this moment of understanding, and this connection with Spirit that is going to help you heal. That is going to help you recognize where these challenges came from, where these emotions are coming from, where these triggers are coming from, and why. And by understanding the bigger picture of it all, you can begin to heal from it and move on from it. It's a very high level sort of image of what's going on in your life. It's really kind of beautiful, almost like you're stepping away from yourself and looking at what's going on from an outside perspective almost, which will help you. So by the end of this 2 weeks, we've got the Queen of Wands reversed and the Three of Wands reversed. You're going to be like giving up control. Again, Spirit is saying it's not that you don't have power. You are very powerful. But what you're learning over this next 2 weeks is to let go. Let go of your expectations, let go of your plans, let go of what you think is going to happen or how it should happen or when it should happen. You're just gonna sort of like release the reins, let go of the steering wheel, and you're gonna let Spirit take over. You're gonna let Source take over, God take over, whoever it is that however you refer to it. You're gonna let them take over in some sense, so that the possibilities can open up. Remember that they were saying earlier, be open to possibilities. Because there are some incredible things that are going to happen over this next 2 weeks. They're not coming in with specifics on purpose. Because you need to go through this whole process in real time. And to focus on healing and understanding and releasing. And as you do that, the more you're able to do that, the more Spirit's gifts can come in but they are saying you will be surprised. They're saying pleasantly surprised and excited by what we can do for you if you just let us have control over the details. Interesting. Okay. So the advice, I know there's lots of advice already there, but the advice from Spirit, 3 of Swords and the 6 of Swords. Focus on your healing. Don't, when wounds come up, right? When emotions come up, when something feels challenging, when you're feeling vulnerable, don't sweep it under the rug. Don't ignore it. Don't block it or push it away. Experience it. Feel it. Spirit wants you to feel it fully so that the high priestess in you can step in and look at it from this higher perspective and give you like this inner guidance. It's yourself, but it's your own inner guidance, helping you process why you feel this way, what's going on, where did it come from. If you block it, you cut off access to her, to your higher self, and your ability to appreciate even the challenging times, because you'll understand why. So allow yourself to feel whatever comes up so that you can heal. And when you do, then we have the 6 of Swords. Once you've experienced it and you've recognized and acknowledged it and healed from it, then you can move on from it. That's when Spirit wants you to let it go and move forward, move on to something happier, better. Then you can start focusing on all the possibilities in front of you and leave the past behind. Leave whatever wounds, whatever challenges, whatever things are weighing you down. Once you are open to them and they come up and you can process them and understand them, then Spirit wants you to move on from them. Anything else there, Spirit? Okay. Yeah, they're just saying again, white rose of hope. Stay hopeful. Stay mindful of your thoughts. Remember why you're here. Remember what you are hearing in this reading about even the difficult times, the emotional times, being a gift. And allow it. But stay hopeful. Don't lose hope. It's all for good. It's all for good. All right, one last card. I have a fortune cookie card for you. Final message from Spirit. And it says, friendship. A friend needs your help. Your kindness and excellent counseling skills will put them back on track. Spirit is saying, this is what they're saying to me. I'm sorry, you got to say it again. They're saying, we are your friends. Think of us like a best friend. Think of your spirit guide as a best friend with special abilities, they're saying, because we can do things that your best friend on earth can't necessarily do. But we are your best friends, and we want the best for you. They're wanting you to accept their help so that you can get back on track. There may also be a message here about friends coming in over the next 2 weeks in some way. That may be one of the possibilities. They're not giving that to me, so I don't know. But I sort of sense it, that may be part of your, part of the surprises coming in. So, all right, group 1, I hope that helps. I hope it gives you some clarity as we head into the next 2 weeks. And I hope you're able to take their advice and move through this next 2 weeks with hope and knowing that you are setting the foundation with your spirit guides for something so great, so amazing, so much better than you think, and so much better than what you're experiencing right now. So hang in there and stay positive, and I'm wishing you all the best of luck, y'all. Thank you for being here. Bye-bye. Hey, group 2. All right, we're going to take a look at the next 2 weeks for you. Whatever it is Spirit wants you to know coming up in the next 2 weeks. So let's start with your oracle card. And your card is card 42, Change of Seasons. And give me just a second. I want to see if there's any messages specific to this that Spirit wants to give you. Spirit's saying they want you to be careful about holding back on something that is important to you. They're saying you're reaching a critical point in your development, in your life, in your job, in some area of your life. You're reaching a critical juncture where you're meant to move forward, but you could easily be held back. If you allow it. You're not being held back by them. Which is interesting. It's a very kind of a similar message as group 1, but very different kind of circumstance. So yeah, Spirit's saying we're not holding you back. Something is changing in your life. It's small at the beginning. Like the next 2 weeks isn't going to be like this major overhaul, and most likely. But you're going to start seeing the seeds of change as you go through this next 2 weeks. Unless you resist it. So just like, as the card says, change of seasons, change is meant to happen. It happens naturally. It happens gradually. And you really can't stop it. But by resisting it and kind of pretending like it's not happening, you can just make things a little bit harder for yourself, is what they're saying. All right. So something to keep in mind. All right, let's get some cards on the table. Let's see what Spirit wants to tell you specifically about these next 2 weeks. All right, we have Judgment, 10 of Wands, and 4 of Swords. And we're going to pull one more as an advice card from Spirit. And the advice from Spirit is 9 of Wands in reverse. Let's pull these down just a little bit. Okay. And I'll have more cards for you once we get through these ones. But okay, give me just a second. I want to take these cards in, listen for any initial messages from Spirit, and then we'll talk about what's going on here. All right, give me just a second here. Spirit saying this, the next 2 weeks for you is bringing an opportunity. It's an opportunity to be or do or like become something. It's like something you've been waiting for. It's an opportunity for you to take advantage of, but it's up to you. Say that again. They're saying you have to be a little bit fearless. And that's not to say there's anything to be afraid of. Yeah, Spirit's saying definitely not. There's nothing to be afraid of. So don't let my saying the word fearless make you nervous. Fearless meaning like open to opportunity that comes your way. Because sometimes opportunities can show up on our doorstep and we suddenly get shy about it. We get scared of what that means. We get afraid of our own potential. Yeah, they're saying sometimes we get afraid of our own magnificence that is lying dormant. They're saying this is an opportunity to showcase who you are deep down inside, who you want to be, in some way. And it's okay to be afraid, but do it anyway, is Spirit's advice here, because it's meant for you. Face your fear and do it anyway, if you are afraid. But really, Spirit's saying, don't be afraid. There is nothing to be afraid of. This is a moment. I started to say your moment and they corrected me. It's not your moment, like it's a once in a lifetime thing. It's a moment. It's an opportunity. There will be others. If this this one spooks you, if whatever, yeah, it's not the end of the world, but try to be open to it, is what they're saying. Okay? Anything else on that, Spirit? Okay. All right, so let's take a look at the cards. So your first card is Judgment. This is how your 2-week period begins. And now this 2-week period, it starts really whenever you watch this video, right? It's timeless. I don't have dates on here for a reason. It's meant to find you when the message is right for you. So, all right, so this period starts with the Judgment card. It's a wake-up call and a revelation. Spirit's saying it's like an announcement to yourself. You're being called to like take charge, take control of your life, take ownership, not even control, take ownership of where your life is headed. Because certain steps that you take or don't take this week, certain opportunities you accept, can really open doors for you and create more opportunities. If you miss it, if you ignore the call, if you get spooked, like I said, it's okay, right? It's okay. It's not the end of the road. You're not going to miss a once in a lifetime sort of thing, but you will miss this opportunity if you ignore it. And they'll bring you another one, but Spirit's saying life is short. Grab onto it if you can. Like, don't be afraid. Don't hesitate. You know, the Judgment card is a major arcana card, so it is big. They're saying it's just not one and only. Anything else you wanted to say about this, Spirit? Be what? Spirit is saying be inclusive in your thoughts. What does that mean? They're saying don't limit yourself. Don't limit what you think this opportunity could be, should be, what you want it to be. It might come in a form that you are not expecting. It might be something like really out of the blue, something way out of left field that you think, oh, that can't be it. That's, you're looking over here for this thing that you are waiting for and wanting, and something else shows up over here and you ignore it because it's not this that you're looking for, right? Spirit's wanting you to be inclusive. Be open to anything, especially those things that come in unexpectedly, that aren't on your radar. Okay, interesting. All right, then by the middle of this 2-week period, time is fluid with Spirit, y'all, so don't time it to exacts, but roughly, in between the 2 weeks, you've got this 10 of Wands card. Once you get this wake-up call, this possibility, this opportunity, has it come in at this point, Spirit? Yes, okay. So once it'll come in early. Okay. And you're going to grab onto it, right? You're going to grasp onto it because you're watching this video and you're going to know to do it. And it may seem like something small, right? It might not seem like a major arcana, major thing. It might just be something little that you think, well, this probably isn't it, but I'm going to do it anyway. Exactly, do it anyway. In fact, it's more likely to look like something insignificant and small, especially if you're the type of person who could easily get spooked by something big, landing in your lap. Spirit doesn't want you to get spooked. They're saying we want you to be excited about this. So your guides, your specific guides, are going to tailor this moment to suit your reaction. So again, be inclusive, be open to big and little. Because depending on who you are and who your spirit guides are and how they think you will react, it may creep in quietly and look like something small and unassuming, something unintimidating. It doesn't mean it's not important. It just means that they're presenting it to you in a way that you will be most open to. For others of you, it will come in big. So be open to all. But once it comes in and you grabbed onto it and you start to see that it's more than it looks on the surface, that's when the work begins with the 10 of Wands. Spirit's saying, don't worry, you're not going to be exhausted. You're not going to get worn out. You're not going to feel burdened, which is often what the 10 of Wands signifies. they're saying you're actually going to feel energized by this. It's almost like once you start to embrace whatever this is, like they're giving me the word explosive. Like you're going to feel like you have so much energy, so much, like you're suddenly so inspired, so motivated, so like ready to explode with whatever it is you suddenly find in your life, you know, person, place, thing, situation, project, whatever it is. It's going to feel incredible, but it is going to be a lot of work. Like, don't take it lightly, but do allow the excitement to fill you with energy, because that's how it's meant to be, they're saying. By the end of the 2 weeks, we have the Four of Swords. When you get to this end of the 2 weeks, by that point, Spirit is going to ask you to step back from whatever has gone on, right? Give yourself a break. Give yourself a chance to step back and reevaluate from a distant perspective, kind of. And see all of this with new eyes. Because going into it, it's going to look like one thing. Coming out of this 2 weeks, if you give yourself a chance to step back and relax and reevaluate, you're going to see that it is something actually very different, but better, but even better than what you thought, which is interesting. Okay. All right, let's get some more cards here and see what else Spirit can tell us. Seems like a very exciting couple of weeks coming up for you, or potentially. I would love to hear from you, and drop a comment down below if you think you know what this is, or once it happens, let me know what it gives me chills to think about these kind of things coming to us, like from Spirit. It's exciting. This stuff's all exciting to me. Anyway, I'd love to hear your stories. So drop me a comment down below if you want to. I read every single one, always. It helps me know that our energies are connecting. So, all right, what else can you tell us, Spirit? All right, we have Three of Pentacles reversed, Eight of Swords, and Seven of Pentacles. And we're gonna pull one more here for the advice card. We haven't talked about the advice yet, even though they're giving you lots of advice all the way through this, but we will get to that. And then we have the Lover's card in reverse. Interesting. So we start with the Major Arcana, we end with Major Arcana. That's interesting. Okay, so Judgment card, Three of Pentacles reversed. Hold on, I just want to hear what Spirit has to say about that. Give me a sec. Spirit is saying this thing that's coming in is going to make, something about it is going to have you feel like you're doing this all alone. You are not. right? Spirit is with you. Your spirit guides, your loved ones in spirit, they're walking right beside you during this opportunity. So you're not alone, but like here in the human world, you may feel like if you got to do this, whatever this is, all by yourself. Like this is something that you have to take on like solely. What more can you tell me about that, Spirit? Even if it's like, they're telling me, even if it's like a new relationship possibly that may come in, it might be somebody you meet, right? Friend, romantic or otherwise. You still may feel like the onus is on you to make this work. To make it happen, to make it grow, to make it become something more than, just a casual encounter. But Spirit's reiterating, you are not alone. You don't have to make anything happen, but you do have to allow it. You do have to grab onto it, accept it, and be willing to run with it as it unfolds. But you're not alone in creating the details of it. So that's just one example of a relationship, right? But that's only going to be some of you. For others of you, it has to do with work, or it has to do with your home, your family, kind of a passion project you have. It could be any number of things. But they're just reiterating, you're not alone. It will feel like it. So remind yourself that your spirit guides have got you on this. They're not going to let you drop the ball. The only thing that can cause this to sort of fall flat, fall apart, is if you refuse to accept it, right? Using the example of a relationship, again, just one example. You meet someone, something in you says, talk to this person, right? And you don't, right? You ignore that feeling. Or they start to talk to you and it's interesting and you get spooked. And so you leave. Or they give you their, you exchange numbers and they text you or whatever and you don't respond because you get spooked. That's the only way you can drop the ball on this. As long as you are open and just allow things to happen the way they do without trying to control it or block it, the Spirit's got your back and they'll help you. Again, don't think that this has to be about a relationship, because I actually don't see any relationship cards here. So it is definitely not specific to that, but for some of you that very well may be it, because that is an example that they gave me. So, but it could be, again, it could just be an encounter with somebody who ends up having a job opportunity, or, an opportunity, an invitation to go somewhere where you meet someone and it may seem so insignificant until it starts to unfold. So just allow it to unfold and know that you are not alone. You're being very well taken care of during this, because this is something Spirit really wants for you. Okay, so then we have the 10 of Wands and the 8 of Swords. You're gonna have to put a little bit of work into this, whatever it is. There's times in our lives when we can just kind of go with the flow and let things just happen to us. And there's times in our lives when we have to be open to something, and then once we have it, we have to actually make a little effort. Effort is the key here, not control, is what Spirit is saying. Effort is the key, not control. You don't have to control this situation, but you got to try. You don't have to try to control it. You have to just try. Put a little effort in it. don't feel like, with this Eight of Swords, if there's something about this that they're giving me this message of, okay, so you're listening to this reading and something small may come in and you start to think, okay, maybe this is it. This is the big thing. This is going to grow into something big. And then you start to feel trapped. Like maybe this little thing isn't something you want. And so you start to worry and you start to feel trapped. Like, why is Spirit forcing me into something that I don't want? Right? That's the feeling they're giving me. Spirit's saying, do not listen to that voice. We are never going to trap you or force anything on you that you do not want, that you do not desire. In that way, you are in control. But again, like I said, this is an opportunity coming to you from them. They know what you want. They know what you are yearning for, what you are desiring, what you are hoping for. It may come in a form that is unexpected. And so you may, again, you may very well think it's one thing when really it's something else, even once it comes in. So if something comes in and you're open to it, but let's go back to the example of relationship, right? You meet someone, you say, okay, I'm gonna be open, let's see where it goes. And then the more you talk to this person, you think, I don't really like them. They're not really my, cup of tea, whatever. And so then you start to feel a little trapped. Like this is something you're supposed to do, but this isn't, you're not feeling it. Spirit's wanting you to let that go. Put in a little bit of effort and then allow things to unfold. Because what it looks like on the surface may turn out to be something very, very different. For instance, this person that you meet might not be your cup of tea, but they might introduce you to someone, or you may go somewhere where you meet someone. It could lead to something else. But in order to get to this something else over here, you gotta start with this. So don't allow yourself to feel trapped in something that doesn't excite you. For many of you, you're going to feel the excitement. You're going to feel energized. But as it unfolds, hold on, I want to hear what Spirit's saying something. Hold on one sec. They're saying you need to be aware of the possibilities beyond what you see. And that's where this trapped feeling could come from, is that once this opportunity comes around, you may only see this small circle of possibility. And like in a minute, that feels less exciting. So Spirit's wanting you to be aware of that could happen. They want you to open up your sphere of possibility and understand that they're saying the world is magic. But there are still steps that there are still steps to get you from A to B to C. So yes, they are helping to create magic in your life. But you also can't ignore the laws of nature. And sometimes you have to start here to get to this beautiful place over here. So expand your idea of what's possible and put in the effort, even if it doesn't feel like, well, this isn't what I was hoping for. Okay, that's fine. It's probably not what it's going to be. In fact, I can all but guarantee it's not going to be what it ends up being down the road. So just be open anyway. and just put in some effort. Keep the possibilities open. Don't limit yourself. Okay, so 4 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles. When you get to the end of this 2 weeks, okay, what they're telling me is you may feel like at the end of this 2 weeks that something came in, seemed really exciting, then it didn't. And you're putting in this effort for something that was like, rah, rah. Like, well, that wasn't so great. What was she talking about? This is why they want you to step back, relax, reevaluate, and wait. Because a seed has been planted and something is growing out of this that you are absolutely not anticipating. Again, it's like you're picturing one thing, but it's something else altogether. And the best way to keep yourself from feeling, disappointed or trapped or like stuck with something that you don't want, the best way to avoid that is, in a couple of weeks, step back. Give yourself some time to sort of see it from a different perspective. Allow yourself to take a deep breath and tell yourself, okay, we're just gonna wait. We're gonna sit on this and see what comes of it down the road. Because there's something over here, here's your 2 weeks. There's something over here that is being set up here. You just don't see it yet. Okay, interesting. Anything else there, Spirit, before we get to the advice? Okay, they're asking you to be thoughtful about, hold on. They're saying to be thoughtful about what you allow, and they're not saying don't allow things. They're wanting you to be thoughtful about what you allow. Anything new coming into your life, be thoughtful about it. Be curious. Allow yourself just to imagine what every little opportunity could mean. Like, keep yourself in that curious frame of mind. It will help you from feeling disappointed that something isn't so great. Spirit's kind of like giving me like, yeah, we know. It's just step A. You're not supposed to fall like madly in love with step A, right? Step A is supposed to lead you to step B, which is going to lead you to step C, and wherever, the magic point is, it's all magic, right? But wherever it's leading to something. And maybe if it is a person, maybe it is this person, and maybe over time you get to know them better and better and better, and it becomes something. Or maybe they lead you to something else. Maybe they lead you to something else that has nothing to do with relationships, right? So they're wanting you to be thoughtful and curious. Use your imagination. Be like a child and treat it like an adventure. Because that's kind of what it is. Oh, I love that. Okay. All right, so the advice. We have 9 of Wands reversed and Lovers reversed. The 9 of Wands reversed, they're wanting you to be open. Be open, be open, be open. Do not put those walls up. Do not fight it, right? If you can help it. Again, like they said, if it happens, don't worry. Like, we're human, they know that. They'll bring something around again. But to be forewarned is to be forearmed, right? So now. Something comes in, don't block it. Be open. Allow yourself to be just a little bit vulnerable. Try something that maybe you wouldn't normally try. Talk to somebody maybe you wouldn't normally talk to. Obviously, if it's safe. Like if someone legit gives you the heebie-jeebies, trust that, right? It's not about that. It's more like when something inside of you is saying, go talk to that person, but you chicken out. That's really what they're saying, is don't chicken out. Try not to. Be open. Put any walls you might have down. They're saying we understand why you have walls about certain things, because we know what you've been through. We know your life and the trials and the challenges you have gone through and the pain and the hurt and the wounds that you have. We understand why you have walls up. They're saying just this once, believe that we're going to make it okay. And just try putting that wall down for just a minute and allow us through. Allow a little bit of magic to happen, because you might be really, really surprised. And then with the Lovers in reverse, they're wanting you to not get stuck on any one outcome, on any one situation. Again, I think it comes down to this is leading to something different, something else, something bigger, something better. So good, bad, or ugly, right? This could be a great thing. This could be something you love. It could be something you don't love once you get into it. They're not saying don't love it. They're saying don't get stuck on it. Don't get too attached. Be open to other possibilities. And don't lock yourself in. Don't lock yourself into anything right now. Just be open to possibilities. Allow things, like with the change of seasons, allow things to progress gradually, for summer to sort of ease into fall to ease into winter. It's the same for you. Something is coming in and it's going to ease into something very, very different. So be open to that. All right, last card I have for you is a fortune cookie card. So let's see what it says. All right, it says society. Say yes to all the wonderful invitations coming your way. Excellent networking opportunities and new love interests for singles will be the result. Say yes, say yes, say yes, say yes, whatever it is. Like if it's safe and legal, obviously I shouldn't even have to say that, but I do. Spirit is wanting you to be in an energy of yes in this next 2 weeks. Be open to whatever is being thrown at you. Be open to people, places, opportunities, ideas. Say yes. Put yourself out there. Interesting. Huh. Okay. All right, group 2, that's all I have for you. I hope that helps. I'm really excited for you. This sounds like very, very intriguing couple of weeks for you. I'll be even more interested to see what happens after this 2 weeks, but I would love to know your story now if you want to drop a comment. If it resonated, I hope you'll give the video a like. It's free, it's super easy, and it just helps these videos get out to more people who need them. That's it. So thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next time, y'all. Bye-bye. Hey, group 3. All right, we are going to take a look at the next 2 weeks for you. So whatever it is Spirit wants to highlight, obviously lots of things are going to happen over the next 2 weeks, but it's what Spirit wants to tell you about. So your Oracle card is card number 5, and it's Bloom. And give me just a second. I just want to see if Spirit gives me any initial messages specific to this card. Yeah, there's simple enough. They're saying you are going to blossom over the next 2 weeks. Spirit's saying, we're going to breathe new life into you. Hold on. By giving you something that it's just going to open you up. It's going to make you smile. It feels very much like in the next 2 weeks, it's like you lighten up. For, I don't know what's going on in your life or what you've been going through, but things are about to get much lighter and happier for you. You're going to feel so much better. We'll just go with that. By the end of this 2 weeks, you're going to feel so much better. But we're going to find out why. So let's get some tarot cards on the table. Let's see what Spirit can tell us. All right, we have 8 of Swords reversed, Temperance reversed, and Ace of Swords reversed. And I'm going to pull one more as an advice card from Spirit. And the advice is Queen of Wands. All right. And I've got more cards. We'll get in a little deeper. I've got a fortune cookie card at the end for you. But give me just a second. I want to take these cards in and get some initial messages from Spirit for you. So give me just one sec. Saying this is a time of becoming. What does that mean? Again, they're showing me a flower just like blossoming, blooming. They're saying there's something you, or even more deeply, your soul has been working on for a long time. And it has not always been easy. It's been challenging. It's been wonderful sometimes. It's been exhilarating sometimes. It's been a lot of work. It's been hard. It's been all of those things. But you've stuck it out. You've put in the work. You never gave up. And this 2-week period, it's like the bud is coming out of the ground. Whatever it is you've been working on, it may be you've been working on yourself. You may have been working on a project or a goal of yours. And you've had your ups and downs through it all. But it's like the reward is now finally starting to come in. Just like if you were gardening and you've been, you planted the seeds and you nurtured and you watered and you fertilized and you did all of those things. The bud is starting to come up out of the ground. It's becoming time for you to bloom. And in this next 2 weeks, you're going to start seeing evidence of that. So hold on, they're saying. It's about to get much, much better. And they're saying you're going to start feeling much, much freer, more open, more happy, more alive, they're saying. So hang in there, hang in there. Okay, so let's look at the cards. Your first card is the Eight of Swords reversed. You are, as this 2-week period starts, and I'll just preface this by saying this 2-week period, this reading starts whenever you find this video. Forget about when I'm recording and posting it. It's when you've been led to it, when you find it. So it might be right away, could be a year from now. Doesn't matter. It's timeless in that way. That's why I don't put dates on these particular videos. But Spirit is saying as this 2-week period begins, you're going to be throwing the shackles off. It's like you've had this feeling of feeling trapped in some way for a while. It may very well have been self-imposed. Maybe the circumstances of your life in some way. But as the beginning of this 2-week period kicks off, you're going to get this urge, this like impetus to throw the shackles off. It's like no matter what's going on in your life, it's like you're refusing to stay trapped any longer. If you've been stuck in a rut, you're going to throw that rut out the window. Old habits will be shucked in the trash can. Habits that aren't good for you. Whatever it is that's been holding you back, that's been having you feel stuck, is going to start going away. And it's going to start with you. Like, it's not magically going to happen. You're going to do it. You're going to throw away the shackles. Break out of the box. Set yourself free in some way. It may not feel to you like this major moment. No, for some of you, I'm picking a random big moment. Like, you may leave your job. You may decide to get divorced or split with somebody you've been with that you've been unhappy, maybe moving from a place that feels, confining to you. Those are big things, and it may be something big, but it could just as easily be something small, like allowing yourself to do something, go somewhere, try things that you've shied away from in the past. It could be something small like that suddenly has you feeling like the world has opened up to you. And you'll wonder why you didn't do it sooner. So take that as it resonates, right? It could be something very big, but if you are not on the verge of some major change in your life, don't feel like this reading isn't for you, because it's got those variations in it for all different circumstances right now. This reading is for you if you have been feeling trapped in some way. And you're going to start feeling better. So that's sort of how this 2 weeks kicks off. By the time we get to the middle, so, roughly between, after the first week, before the second week kind of time, and remember that time is fluid with Spirit, so it's not exact, but somewhere in the middle, we have Temperance reversed. There's a little bit of imbalance here. It's like they're showing me like you've opened the doors wide open. You've said, I'm just like free. I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to like just enjoy life. I'm going to experience it. And then it sort of hits you that things don't feel so steady anymore, right? Like when we're in our comfort zone, things feel very steady and consistent and calm. It may not be the best for us. We may not love it, but we know what to expect. With this new sense of freedom and breaking out of your comfort zone also comes a little bit of a sense of imbalance. Hold on one sec. Yeah, Spirit's saying also there may be a tendency as you allow yourself a little more freedom and you start to just break out of whatever rut you've been in, you may find yourself leaning too far into something something else, you know. I'm trying to give a good example. Can you give me a good example, Spirit? Yeah, okay. They're giving me an example of like a diet, right? So you decide you're tired of the way things are going. You're opening yourself up to eating healthier and exercising and treating your body right and giving yourself the nutrition you need, right? Which is wonderful. And as you get going, you start to get a little bit more and more obsessed about this, and you start to the scales start to tip a little too far in one direction. Like you start to become obsessive about all of it. And that just leads you into another trapped situation. So there's a message here of just being cautious about that. Not leaning too far into something new. But regardless, whether that is you or not, take that as it resonates. But regardless, this newfound freedom is going to come with a little bit of imbalance, instability, right? It's like when a toddler, a baby learns to walk, is what they're showing me. It's a new sense of freedom, right? To be on 2 feet. But it's wobbly, right? It's a new feeling, and it's not always going to be steady. So be prepared for that. Like a little bit of imbalance is just what they're giving me. And watch for any, tendencies toward leaning too far into something new when really you're meant to be opening up in general. Anything else on that, Spirit? Okay. By the end of the 2 weeks, we have the Ace of Swords in reverse. Tell me what you want to say about that. They're giving me the word silent. Why are you telling me silent? They're saying, as you get through this 2 weeks, you're going to be experiencing some new feelings, you're going to be just experiencing new things. You're going to be opening up. You're going to be coming to life a little bit. And it almost, I feel myself almost like I'm in your shoes. I don't even know what to say about it. It's a feeling of being a little bit awestruck, a little bit taken aback by how different things look a couple weeks from now than they do today. And it's, sometimes when new things happen to us, we want to tell the whole world. And sometimes we can't help but just shut up about it. It's again, they're giving me this image of a child when they experience something new, and they're taking it all in. You're going to be taking it all in, and you may find yourself unable to express what's going on with you. And you may even get people asking you, Like, what's changed with you? What's going on with you? And you might not have the words, which is interesting. Okay, interesting. Okay. All right, let's get some more cards out. Let's see what else Spirit can tell us about this. Get a little more detail here. All right, so we have King of Cups reversed, Five of Swords, Ace of Swords upright, which is interesting. And we're going to pull one more to go with your advice card, the Queen of Wands here. We haven't talked about the advice, but we will. And we have Page of Cups. Okay. Okay, so Eight of Swords reversed, King of Cups reversed. Hold on, they're giving me a message about this King of Cups. Give me just one sec. Yeah, they're giving me they're saying topsy-turvy. And I think it, it relates a little bit to this Temperance card, where you free yourself of something. You open yourself up to something new, or to a lot of new things. It's almost like you take a deep breath and you're like, oh, okay, all right, bring it on. Like, open the doors wide open. Let's see what's out there. But then they're giving me the word topsy-turvy. It's not all in the beginning. They're saying it's not going to all feel very stable. You may feel a little bit out of your depth as you put yourself out there a little bit more, as you start to break through the soil, right? And it may feel uncomfortable. They're saying you may begin to see and do things that you don't understand. You won't always feel like in control. Not that you will be out of control. Help me better say that in a better way, Spirit. Spirit's saying you're going to be allowing life to happen. And it's not always going to be easy to understand, is what they're giving me. So things may feel a little rocky. You know what I mean? Even from the beginning. But there's still something pushing you forward. And you're not giving up. Like, this newfound freedom already feels better than being stuck. Even if it means putting yourself out there and being a little bit more vulnerable and when we get used to things, the ups and downs of life, of our everyday lives, that, the normal ups and downs, the normal things that come at us that happen all the time, right? We learn how to navigate those, where we can become almost immune to those experiences. But when everything starts to feel very new, it comes with, like, sometimes a little bit of emotional upheaval. You feel everything, right? Because everything feels new. Don't let it worry you. It's definitely not a bad thing. It's a great thing. Spirit is saying it's like it feels alive, which is what you're supposed to feel. It's just as humans, our nature is we find something we like and we settle in and we get comfortable and we stay there. In a situation, in a job, in a home, in a routine, and everything, you know what I mean? We like feeling comfortable, in general. But when do we feel most alive? When we break out of that, right? When we try something new, when we're not in our comfort zone. So you're going to be feeling very alive, but a little unstable, a little wobbly, which is okay. It's okay. With the Temperance reverse, we also have the Five of Swords. This newfound freedom for you, first of all, is not going to be for everyone. Some people are not going to understand these changes that you're making in your life, or understand like why you're trying new things, why you're going new places, why you're shaking up your life the way you are, even if it's just something small. Like you're going to be processing things differently, and there are going to be some people in your life who will notice. Some will love it. Some are just gonna, people are gonna have their thoughts, opinions, whatever. But what I'm getting is that you're not gonna care. Because this isn't about winning or losing. It's not about proving yourself. It's not about trying to show anybody that you're better than them, or that what you're doing is better, or it's none of that. You're just trying to live your life, and you're trying to feel as good as you can, because I feel like you have not felt great. You haven't felt like yourself in a long time. And you're finally going to start to really open up. You're going to start to blossom and become yourself again. And it's not going to matter what other people think. Not anymore. You're going to start to love yourself, wobbles and all, and you're going to start to love your life, wobbles and all. And if someone else doesn't like it, you're going to wish them the best. And you're just going to keep going. You're just going to keep moving. You're just going to keep doing your thing. There's also going to be some things in your life that you intentionally walk away from. It could be people, but it feels more like situations, mindsets, routines, bad habits. It feels more like those things that you're saying, I've had enough of this. Like, you've held me captive for too long, whether it's, it could be anything. It could be eating junk food. It could be, having one too many drinks in the evening. It could be, just negative thinking, or it could be any number of things. You're going to start to recognize it. As you start to open up and become yourself again, you're going to go, oh, why do I do that? And you're going to start walking away from those things that just don't serve you anymore. This new version of you, this true version of you, doesn't need those things. Doesn't need to be stuck in a rut. And so you're going to walk away from those things that keep you feeling trapped. All right, by the end of the 2 weeks, we've got Ace of Swords reversed and the Ace of Swords. What do you want to say about that, Spirit? It's an interesting combination. Yeah, Spirit's saying, so it's almost like you're seeing your whole life in a new light. And they're pointing out on this particular Ace of Swords this light that is behind the hand. It's like a burst of light, where this one, there's nothing, right? And it's like, you're not bragging about the things you're doing. You're not like throwing it in anybody's face. You're not trying to convert anybody to the way you do things. It's almost like you're still taking it in, but your whole mindset changes. It's like you have this whole new brilliance about you on the inside that has you thinking differently and seeing differently and being different without having to say a word about it to anybody else. Not to say you can't, right? If you want to talk about what's going on in your life, do it. This isn't Spirit saying don't. There's just saying, like, if you find yourself like suddenly feeling like mute about what's going on in your life, it's okay. Don't fight it. It's fine. Take it all in. Take it all in. Because what really matters is what's going on inside. The way you're thinking differently. Spirit's saying because you are becoming different. You are becoming who you're meant to be. You are blossoming. You're blooming. And they're showing, okay, looking at this card, they're giving me this image as her hair is standing up of electricity. Like all of a sudden you come alive. Like, I don't know if you guys even know, but I remember growing up, they had those balls that you would touch, right? And they were like electrically charged and it would make your hair stand up. It's kind of like that. That's kind of what they're showing me. It's this electricity that just comes from the inside out, and you don't have to say a word, right? Her mouth is closed. You don't have to say a word. People will see that something has changed, and whether they do or don't, it doesn't matter, because you will know it. That's wonderful. Okay, anything else about that before we get to the advice, Spirit? They're just saying to be pleased with yourself. You brought this on. They're saying that in a good way, but like kind of like tongue in cheek, like you brought this on. And it's a good thing. Be proud of yourself, they're saying. They're saying we're so proud of you. You can't know how proud we are of you for getting here. Not everyone does this. Not everyone changes their life the way you have, allows themselves to change the way you are, allowing yourself to change. And you're going to make it better, and you're going to feel better than you have in a really long time. Be happy about that. Be proud of yourself for that. Feel good about that. Okay, that's wonderful. All right, so the advice from Spirit. We have Queen of Wands and Page of Cups. They're saying don't hold back. Even when things feel wobbly and you're like, whoa, what am I doing? Like, this is, whatever, a lot. Don't hold back. They're saying you've got this. Allow the electricity, allow the energy of life just fill you and get you excited. Allow yourself to be in charge of how you experience your life. I mean, we all know, like, we don't all have control, right? We're not all like fully in charge of our lives. Things happen to us, for us, around us all the time. but you can be in charge of how you experience life. And that's what Spirit wants you to do. Experience life from this place of excitement and adventure and like childlike curiosity. And with the Page of Cups, they're just wanting you to be happy. Be happy, share your happiness if that, if you want to. You don't have to tell people what's going on necessarily, but you can. But share your happiness. If it's just a smile. Your happiness is infectious. And other people will latch onto that happiness. Not necessarily latch onto you, but latch onto your happiness. You could absolutely make someone's day just by being happy yourself. Anything else you want to say about that, Spirit? Yeah, they're just saying share a message of happiness whenever you can. Whether it's just a friendly hi, a smile, act of kindness. Give back is kind of what they're giving me. You're going to feel so much better. By the end of this 2 weeks, you're going to feel so good. And they want you to just share that good feeling in any way you can, with the universe. See trash on the ground, pick it up, throw it away. Little things that don't seem like much, but it's you sharing your joy, your happiness with the earth, with the universe, with other people. So they're encouraging you to do that. Okay, so one last card. Anything else, Spirit, before we get to the... Okay, so last card I have for you is a fortune cookie card. Let's see what it says. It says perseverance. You may feel like you're getting nowhere, but there are wonderful changes ahead. Don't give up. Absolutely. Absolutely. You have persevered through so many ups and downs. You have not given up. You have, had low points where you wanted to, but you didn't. You just kept pulling yourself back up, lifting your head back up, keeping yourself moving forward. Sometimes baby steps, sometimes leaps, sometimes 2 steps forward, 1 step back, but you still kept going. Your perseverance is paying off. It's going to start paying off, and there are wonderful changes ahead. So don't give up. You're almost there. They just keep showing me this plant that's just above the surface of the soil, or just below the surface of the soil, about to break through. That's where you are right now. It's not where you're going to be 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks from now, you're going to be in bloom. So, wow, congratulations, y'all. I'm really happy for you. I would love to know, more if you want to share anything in the comments. I always read your comments. I love to read them. So share anything you like. And thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate y'all. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.